Hello Wolfpack, we're here, we're analysing Algo today. We posted a poll yesterday in our Twitter account, basically asking whether you'd like an analysis on Cosmos or Algo, and Algorand was the winner, and so we've got this analysis today. We've got the USD pair on the daily chart, and we've got the Bitcoin pair on the weekly chart ready to go, as well as the website, just to get a brief, idea of what Algo is all about. So let's just jump into it straight away. Algo, if we zoom out all the way here, we can see it's a coin that was released into the market, during the bear market. So, mid-2019. So well into the bear market, halfway through the bear market. And hence, this kind of high we made isn't an absolute high, in which we probably will be seeing higher points than that at some point. When coins released into the market in a bear market, obviously you're just going to see something like this where it just goes straight down because there's really no momentum in the market. The people who bought into it in the pre-sale are just really looking to get rid of their coins. So we had that downward slope. This is all irrelevant in my opinion due to what I just explained. So we can basically just start off here at around September 2019, in which we were just flatlining basically in 30 cent to 20 cent region for the whole of the bull market. And we saw, after the COVID drop, we can see a bit of a trend line forming here in Algo that's, still held out to this day. We haven't retested that trend line yet. Whether we will or not is a different question. It's definitely possible. But seeing how Bitcoin's looking at the moment, we're looking like we're going to be seeing a recovery very shortly here in Bitcoin. So let's get into Algo here. We can see from, the lows just before the bull market here in around November 2020 to the highs, we ran up about 762%. So not, particularly amazing. Pretty average, honestly, in comparison to other altcoins. Not too bad, though. Algo, I'm going to be straight with you guys. I don't just, say whatever, to get likes or subscribers. I don't think Algo looks very good right now. I think that a lot of altcoins, in comparison to a lot of altcoins, that is, I think that we're not really seeing the breakout we want to be seeing here. There's a lot of ways we can draw what's going on in the current price action now. We draw something like a, descending channel or something like that. We can probably draw some sort of descending triangle. We can just draw a descending wedge. These are just rough, obviously. We can draw, something like that. But, it's actually a very confusing chart. There's no real kind of pattern or structure that matches up completely with the wicks here and everything that's going on. So I think we're just going to leave it as it is. We can see that we've had, 3 separate, retest attempts of this support zone here between 65 cents and around 70 cents. And that's held all 3 times, which is great. We've currently regained this support here of around, 80 cents to 85 cents, which is great. So we can see that every time we've regained that support zone, we've kind of seen, as you can see here, we held it for a while, but we were unable to sustain it, so we dropped under. Obviously, if Bitcoin recovers, we might be able to actually hold this one and then hopefully move upwards in the future. If we bring up some of our indicators here in Algo, let's bring up the bull market support band, for example, and these are some of the reasons why I'm not particularly bullish on Algo as of current. We're still below that 21-week EMA and the 20-week SMA. Most altcoins at this point in the market have jumped at least in between the bull market support band, if not above it. So Algo's, falling very far behind. If we change this to red, which is what it's meant to be, this is our critical resistance zone. Basically, until Algo breaks above this zone here, which is $1.20 to $1.30 essentially, we're in a downwards trend. We're still making, as you can see here in Algo, we're still making lower highs, and we're still kind of making, lower lows in terms of daily closes. We can see the daily closes are lower. The wicks don't really matter in this kind of market environment. So we're still in a very strong downwards trend, which is why I'm not very bullish on Algo right now. We've seen, and you can say what you want. You can like Algo all you want. In terms of fundamentals, it's completely fine. But the technicals look terrible as of current, all right? And obviously that's going to change. We're getting rejected constantly from this Ikomoku cloud here on the daily chart. As you can see, we've only come above here in wicks. We've never actually closed within it, and that's obviously a very bad sign. If you come to me in 2 weeks' time, 3 weeks' time, and say, okay, look, we're here, we're, above the bull market support band, we're above the Ikomoku cloud, I'll have a different perspective on the market. But as of current, it just doesn't look very good. If we bring up the Gaussian channel, we're constantly getting rejected off of that baseline. We can see a rejection here, currently getting rejected. So there's a lot of things that are not going to Algo's favor right now. That could change very soon. Obviously this is the first step here on the Gaussian channel here. If we can break above the 90-cent region and close above it, that's going to be a step in the right direction. I think that some steps in the right directions are coming. I think that, in order for me to be interested in Algo, I want to see a strong bounce off of this support zone, retesting it for support, and then continuing upwards before I become interested in Algo. I want proof that it's actually going to break this downwards trend, because right now it's falling behind the other altcoins. Ethereum and countless other altcoins that I've reviewed on this channel have, made attempts to break above their critical resistance zone, and Algo is just not one of those coins right now. If we look at the Bitcoin chart, we can see that it's kind of a little bit confusing here because we haven't seen a bull market for Algo, but basically let's just get into it briefly. We've got a green support box that we've kind of held out throughout the history of this coin, aside from here at the end of 2020, the start of the bull market, when Bitcoin ran up, and obviously Bitcoin steals the thunder for a little bit, at the start of bull markets, and hence altcoins plummet on the Bitcoin pair. But we're seeing, we're not looking too badly. We're holding this green box of support. If, Bitcoin makes a run up now and then altcoins start getting some traction, we could be seeing a bounce off the support zone and hopefully, attempts at flipping that resistance zone in the future. There's not really much to say there. In terms of use cases, now look, here's the difference here, right? So I'm incredibly bearish. Not incredibly bearish, but I don't think the TA looks good at the moment. I think it needs some time to develop more. I think it needs some more volume. We're not getting much volume in there. It's seemingly Algo is just falling behind in comparison to other coins around its market cap ranking. But, fundamentally, I think it's a decent coin. You can see all you need to do is go to the use cases here on the Algorand website, and you can see they're working with infrastructure, security, supply chain, identity, stablecoins, government, public sector, insurance, environmental, gaming, DeFi, financial institutions, and digital assets. And all you need to do is click on each of these. You can see all of the partnerships they're kind of working with here in every sector. So they've definitely spread their wings a bit in terms of, adoption and, where they're going with the coin with other companies. But yeah, it's just the TA right now just is not looking appealing to me, so I'm not particularly bullish on it right now. And another reason that I'm not a big fan of Algo in terms of TA is because, sorry about that, we don't have a previous cycle to compare it to. Now, I stand by this. I've said it multiple times throughout my analysis on this channel. I like to invest in coins that have had a bull market before, so I have something to compare it to, in terms of fractals, in terms of resistance and support zones, because on Algo, we can see that we don't have much to compare to right here. This is just a wick. This first candle here was just a wick. In reality, the first actual daily close we ever saw in Algo was, $2.35. So once we get above that point, we're in price discovery. We don't know exactly what's going to happen. We can use Fibonacci to try and work it out, but it's much more, reassuring when you've had a coin that's gotten to those highs before. You know exactly where those resistance zones are, exactly where the support zones are. And Algo just does not have that right now. What I can say that's good about the chart is that we're holding this support zone and we're seeing a pretty clear bullish divergence on the MACD on Algo, in which we're making, higher lows with that signal line. But other than that, I'm just going to be waiting a few weeks to see how it progresses. I'm not saying I'm not going to be investing in the future. I definitely might be. But as of current, I'm just going to be sitting back and waiting what's going to happen. So yeah, that's been the analysis, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you appreciate the honesty. I don't just say every coin's bullish. That's not what I'm about on this channel. Anyway, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. Peace.